Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing what in the heck has gone on in the stock market today. Where are we heading from here? Is this a pullback? Is this a crash? We're going to talk about it. So just to reiterate, I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Also, guys, if you find value in today's video, smash that thumbs up button. If you enjoy our content, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to get your free stocks with Webull. Link in the description below. So let's dive right on into it. So guys, the S&P 500 started off kind of shaky, made a good little run, and then at market close dumped right back down, almost down 1% today. NASDAQ basically in a steady decline here, down about 2.5%. And the Dow Jones actually finished in the green, but barely. And if you're anything like me, you probably opened up your portfolio today and looked something like this. You're like, oh my gosh, I just hurried up and logged out so I don't have to look at it anymore, right? And if you sat there for a second, you're left with the decision: do I, sell? Do I panic sell? Do I get out, or do I buy the dip? So it can be a little bit intimidating if you don't kind of understand what's going on in the markets. So that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to break down the charts. We're going to talk about what's happening, and then hopefully that'll give you some more confidence in moving forward with your decision on what you're going to do, and just kind of help ease your mind on exactly what's happening in the stock market. Okay guys, let's take a look at the S&P 500. So as you can see, ever since the crash, we had a really huge bull market run, and we just continue to go on an uptrend, and we keep hitting new highs. And anytime that you get to a point that you're hitting new highs, you're overvalued. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. It doesn't matter if it's just an individual stock or some major index. When you hit that level, then chances are you're going to see some a move to the downside. You're going to see some people have some selling, and that's completely normal, completely healthy. Okay, so one thing to ask, like, well, are we in a crash? No, I don't think we're in a crash. Are we in the middle of a pullback and a correction? Yes, absolutely. Do we have some more room for downside? Yes, absolutely. I do think so. As you see, we're going to treat this S&P 500 chart and just like we do with any other stock, right? So if you've watched our indicator videos, you understand that this EMA line right here, anything that goes below it represents a sign of potential for more downside. We have some weak price action going. So this candle close below that EMA line represents that we could be pulling a little bit further down, and anything above it, if we have a green candle close above it, it represents that we have potential for a move up to the upside. So if you can look down here on the MACD, our lines are pretty far apart, which represents we have a lot of selling coming in, and our RSI is kind of close to fair value, but just kind of like in the direction that we're going, it looks like we could potentially drop further and get into that undervalued territory on the RSI. So again, we're going to treat this just like any other stock, and we're going to look for a pattern, guys. So if you look here, we're overbought, oversold, oversold, overbought, oversold, overbought, and the pattern just continues to go back and forth. So even if we hit oversold, then chances are then things are going to start settling down. People are going to come back in and start buying it up, and then we're going to get a move to the downside. So to the upside. So one thing to keep in mind is, this is a lot different. A crash, if we were having a market crash, we have to have some type of big catalyst, like back in March, and also you'd probably see a lot more selling in a lot faster period of time. So like in March, we sold off extremely quick. You can see back here, it's kind of like you just like fell off of a cliff, basically. And even back here, like when we made that run, and then we got extremely overextended back in around September, and had a huge pullback, but then eventually we corrected, right? So I think that's what's happening here, guys. We're going to have a correction, and again, I think we have definitely some room for more downside before we correct and continue that that move to the upside. Because if you look here at the fib level, we're at the very tip top of this fib level, which means, again, just like any other stock, we have room to push down. Now, if we continue to sell off, and you see this SMA line, if we bounce off of that SMA line, remember, that's a good sign that we could, be moving back up, and that's healthy. If we break below this SMA line, then yes, definitely this can almost kind of like be like a mini crash, and this could bring this thing a lot further down. So just kind of keep an eye on it. So you have to make a decision on what exactly you want to do in this particular situation. Is your positions that you're in, are you confident in your positions? Do you think that it's a good idea to wait it out and see how far down we're going to go? Or are you thinking that you should average down now, or wait and see if it can get a little bit lower? Or are you down 10-15% on a play, and you might want to cut losses? Who knows? But if you're confident in your plays and you're in it for the long haul, then these days that were red, it's a good day to go shopping and average down or open up new positions. But if you're looking to open up any type of positions, new positions now, I would just be cautious. I would not put my full position in just yet. I would put some, start a small position and see if there's more room for downside, and finish that position out and average down. That way you can ride it back up to the upside. So I do think this is normal, guys. I think we're going to see, like I said, I think we're going to see more selling off the next couple of days. And then once we get more talks about, the stimulus, and if stimulus gets approved, I really think that's going to be, again, the saving grace for us to push us back further up. And if we are going to have, again, some type of big crash, I really think there has to be some type of big catalyst, because it's going to work both ways. We have a catalyst of good news. Hey, we have stimulus coming in. What happens? We push the stock market up, right? So I think it's going to have to work the opposite end of, if we have some type of negative catalyst, that's what's going to really make us fall off of a cliff. So anyway, so I hope this provided some insight for you guys and kind of ease your mind a little bit. But again, just be cautious, keep an eye on the market, and don't panic if you're if you're in a play and you're down right now. If you have confidence that it's going to go higher and you're in it for the long haul, then again, either ride it out or buy it up if it's a good long-term play and it makes sense to you. One thing I do want to raise some caution on is be careful on these hype plays. There's a lot of stocks out there that people are pumping up, and people are piling in, saying this stock's going to this stock's going to that. Be careful, and I guess don't give in to the hype, all right? Because there's some of these stocks that, for one, an example is CCIV, that people have been pumping, and what happened today is people, found out that the merger was coming tomorrow, and they took profits. So don't be afraid to take profits, all right? And pick a good entry point and pick an exit point for yourself. Don't get caught trying to catch a falling knife. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is CCIV. People started talking about it like at the $12 level, and it just continued to rise up and rise up and rise up. And then they found out today that the merger got approved, and what happened? People were like, I'm out, and bounced, and it fell from $63 all the way down to $38 and pushed back up to closer to the $50 level. But as you can see, it fell down dramatic. So people are all over Twitter right now saying you're crazy, I don't know why you're selling, buy the dip, yada yada yada, all this stuff. Guys, if you took profits here, you are smart. Okay, you're super smart, because you can see how overvalued it was, and you were smart to take profits. Because now what you can do is, once this thing continues to sell off and kind of settles down, you can get back in and ride the wave up. Okay, so don't get caught listening to someone else's opinion. Make sure that you make the educated decision to enter a stock when you're ready and exit when you're ready. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. And of course, if you enjoy our content, make sure you subscribe. So other than that, guys, we'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Take care.